Good afternoon, evening, area, what have you. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. So today's topic is release rituals. Because I'm gonna post one and I want to stop procrastinating on it and actually post it because I've been like writing it out like the ritual all day and it's not that like it's not difficult. It's just for me, I it's an accountability thing. This live, this is, and I am wearing clothes. I am wearing clothes. Thank you. It's an accountability thing though. This live for me, so it's like I want to make sure to stay diligent with like posting things that I find are helpful. I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day, and one of my bitches, and she was saying like I was describing to her a release ritual that I was doing for myself, and she was like, "Oh shit, like that sounds like something that I really would want to do for myself." So I figured like, oh, if I'm making this new Instagram account, like we could do one of those. Like I could show you guys what that looks like, not show you what it looks like, because I'm very private about my spiritual work. I'm not I don't like to get involved because I don't have like official titles of anything. I get a download, I do the thing, and then after I do the thing, I see the results. So it's like I don't know. But it's release rituals are very simple. It starts off very simply. You have something that's on your mind that you want to let go of. You don't want to have to worry about this anymore. You don't want to have to think about this anymore. It's like you're stressing this and it's like out of your hands type thing. And you just want to do something that's going to help get it out of your head as well, get it out of your realm of control. Because a lot of what it is just that like we're trying to control and manipulate things that we have absolutely no control over. And a lot of the work is really in just letting go of that. So, release work is not some magical, like, oh, universe, take this and make this magical for me. Like, yeah, I mean, it kind of is, but it's also very much a, oh, I really cannot handle stressing about this or worrying about this anymore. Like I need to let it go. The phrase that the saying that they have, let go and let God. Okay, that's release rituals. Like it's, if you've prayed to God, okay, lift this burden from my mind because I can't stress about this anymore or worry about it anymore, and you feel lightened after that, you just did a release ritual. Congratulations. Like you just did it. Congratulations. You already know what that is. So, I'll just break down what that, just the basics of what that is, what that looks like, what have you. Um, so, with release rituals, what I normally do, um, I smoke as my connection to, as like how I tap into divine energy, higher dimensions, what have you. So, part of my process is, you'll light a candle. The color of the candle does matter. It's not like make or break, like, oh, if you have a brown candle and you want a white candle ritual, like you're gonna get fucked up. Like obviously you're gonna get brown candle shit instead of white candle shit. But they're fucking candles, so like it's just a matter of what you're trying to do. Whatever you have is gonna work for the ritual, like light a candle. So, what I've been doing, I actually have, I can't show you my room because honestly that area right there is a mess and I haven't bought more candles, so all my candles burned out, so you don't get to see them. But anyway, um, I have a pink candle for self love. I keep a green candle for money and abundance spells, and I also keep a blue candle for peace. And I take my time burning them, except for the money candle. I burn that shit. I'm like, listen, I now thank you. But yeah, so like for example, if your release work has to do with negative attachments to past lovers, you can do a red candle, or you could also do a pink candle. You could also do a white candle for, intuition, like clearing, like cleansing. You can do a blue candle for peace. But you have different options, like different candle work, different colors are associated with different energies. One tip that I've always found really helps me is use a candle that's colors associated with the chakra that you're trying to work on. So if you're trying to do root chakra work, get a red candle. If you're trying to do sacral, get an orange. Solar plexus, get yellow. Heart chakra, get green. Throat chakra, get blue. Um, Third eye chakra, you can get indigo. crown chakra. You can get purple. I think I might have those mixed up. I might have missed one or two in the in between. It doesn't even fucking matter. But what's important is the color of the candle that you're getting. If you're trying to do some self-love work, some self-love rituals, get a pink or a red candle and really tap in and hone in on that energy. Um Another thing, you want to have your way of tapping in. Not everybody smokes, of course. So some people smoke and they tap in that way. Other people just sit and meditate and they tap in that way. Whatever way that you tap in, do that shit. Light your candle and start meditating. Like, what is it that I am overwhelmed by? Okay. Ask. One of the biggest steps that I always have is ask your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors to come into the room with you, energy, like spread their energy around the room to protect you, to protect the ritual, to bless the ritual, and also to bless you. Let them know that you need their help, and what have you. And then that's when I think that's where things get foggy for me, because once I'm tapped in, I don't really like remember specifics. I kind of just remember vague, like it's an out of body experience for me. It's not an in body experience at all. So what you'll do is you'll just go light your candle, tap in, meditate for a bit. What is it that you want to release? And then you take a piece of paper and you start writing. Write down everything it is that you'd like to release. Every aspect, like what are the things that you can't stand, you can't deal with anymore. Like, I'm not trying to deal with this, I'm not trying to deal with that. Like, I cannot worry about this anymore, it's gonna kill me. Like, I can't worry about that anymore, it's gonna fucking hurt me. Like, all this fucking shit. So you go through all that work, all right? And then after that is when you take the piece of paper, fold it up 5 times, and then you go to the flame. And this is where things get very intuitive for me. This is where I stopped off in writing this morning, and this is why I haven't been able to like make this post already. I'm gonna make it after this video because I have to, but like that's why I haven't been able to make this post already, because it's like at that point that's when the switch happens for me. And so it's harder to remember specifics of like, okay, you do exactly this, like here's when you know to do this, because it's really a very personal process, release work. When you're doing release work for yourself, it's like you're tapping into your energy. You're tapping in with your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors. You're tapping into your life force energy. But the key to remember here is that you're taking one energy and you're burning it away in the flames. In the flames and in the smoke, your guides are getting the messages of the things that you don't want anymore, and they're helping you remove them away from your life. However, it's kind of similar as when you do any type of energy clearing. Like, you have to speak, what do you want to enter the space? You've emptied out what have you, but what do you want in there? Because when you're manifesting, you can't manifest from a place of, oh, you have so much of this that you're worrying about and you're trying to manifest more stuff. You can't manifest from that place. Like, you have to start off from a place of, okay, I've released these things. This is what I want to come into my life. I'm allowing, I'm welcoming, I'm inviting it into my life. And that is the space, that's the best space to manifest out of. So after you've folded your paper 5 times, for me, I usually start chanting. I don't know what I'm chanting. To keep it a buck with you, I don't know what I start chanting. I can't recite exactly what I said. You got to be there with me. If you're not there with me, then you just didn't see it. It's like, I don't know what I said. But what I'll start doing is usually something along the lines of chanting, this is what I'm releasing. I'm releasing XYZ. I'm releasing this. I'm releasing this. I'm releasing this. While I set the paper folded up in the candle. You don't have to fold it like, I usually fold it like long ways, like 5 times, like the hot dog style, like 5 times down. And then that usually, that'll get me a good, because you still have like the width of the paper, and so you can still hold it a ways away without getting like your fingers burned off. But you do want to burn all of the paper. So what I do is I usually do it by window. And ashes. I had a jar, because originally the idea that I had, it was an idea that I got from somebody else who was like, oh, start a God jar. Like, every time that you have, concerns or what have you, just take it, write it down, and put it in your jar. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And of course, I was doing that, and then I ended up in the ritual. But we're not going to talk about how I got there because I don't even fucking know, okay? I don't even fucking know. But, um, all right, you're burning the paper. You burn the paper in the candle, and in you're going to start saying, okay, I'm releasing this. I'm releasing this. I'm releasing this. I no longer have space in my life for this. And you start going down the list. Not necessarily if you're what's very important, what's very, 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 very important. I completely missed this part beforehand. You have to get into the vibe. Like, it's not just about tapping in spiritually to higher dimensions. It's not just about tapping into like your guides, your angels, your ancestors. That's very important. But you also have to tap into the energies. Like, what energy are you in right now that you cannot take any more of this. You don't want to feel this anymore. You have to get into that energy doing the ritual, like starting off the ritual. Like, this is what I want to get rid of. When you're saying, I am releasing XYZ, you want to feel that energy moving out of your fucking body. Like, you're speaking it's like you're taking your personal power and you're using it to expel things out of your body, toxins off of your body, toxins off of your aura, like leeches off of your body. It's like you say, I'm releasing people whose intent is to harm me, to use me, who are in my life for nefarious purposes. Boom. Like, you feel it moving off of you. But there has to be power behind your words. The thing is, when you're going into higher dimensions, you have to remember that in higher dimensions, you are a higher dimensional being. So you can command energy like that. You can command lower vibrational beings and entities to leave your space like that. But you can't go into it with a human mind, a human body, and think, oh, I'm just going to say it like regular and it's going to be fine. No, you have to say it with power. If you go to your favorite supervisor at the job and you ask them a question about a customer or what have you, and they give you an answer, you're not going to go back and question and question and question and question. Like, especially if they're a really good manager, the tone of their voice will be a deafening, definitive answer. Oh, I wanted to ask, can we do this for the customer because XYZ did it? No, that's not company policy. We're not going to be able to do that. Oh, okay, thank you. You cannot question. When you're doing these rituals, you have to make sure that other entities and other dimensions cannot question the intent behind what you're saying. Because if you're half assed about it, they're going to take you as a fucking joke. Because, like, realistically speaking, you're just playing pretend. You're not really involved. Like, you're not really into it. If you fully embody the role, it's like if like you have those managers sometimes where it's like they're so easygoing and they're kind of like an associate, but they're like your friend, like they're a manager, but they don't take on that management role at all. So it's like they do it kind of sorta, but like it's more so in name than anything else, and so you don't really respect them. Like, you can go to any job and you have that there. Please don't tell me that you don't, because like you haven't worked in enough places. That's all I'm gonna say. But you'll have those one or two managers who are like super cool, everybody loves them, but nobody can really take them fucking seriously. People take them as a joke. And then you have the other ones where it's like, yes, people love them, what have you, the same way, but if they say XYZ, even if it reads as ZYX, it's XYZ. Like, don't question them. And that's where you have to get to. Like, that's, the same type of tone where your mom told you stay out of grown folks' business when you told her some shit that she knew was dead wrong. Like, that's the same shit you gotta do. The same tone that you take with your kids when you're like, I told you no. Why? What did I say? Okay. That is the same type of tone that you have to take. I am releasing this. You're not allowed here anymore. Thank you for, I'm releasing this fear, this fear-based mindset. Thank you for serving me for as long as you have, but I no longer need you. You can go. It's the same way you talk to friends that you're cutting off. The same way you have to command your power in these rituals. You have to command your power. If you don't command your power, you're wasting your fucking time. You're wasting paper, you're wasting a candle, you're wasting your fucking time. If you smoke beforehand, you wasted some good ass weed for a ritual that you didn't even really like tap into. You have to tap into your power. That is the real key. You have to. Like, no if, ands, or buts about it. You have to. Um, Once you tap into your power and you really get into the release work and you speak these things and you take these things and you verbally cut them off of you, just cut them, just start cutting them away from you. Once you hit a certain point in the paper, I'll always know that my release ritual is working and it's really like taking heed, because the paper, like the flame on the paper, like I'll have it wherever on the flame, what the flame wherever on the paper, what have you, and it'll go from a small flame to pew 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 pew, like it gets big. So I'm like, okay, I know it's working. And once it gets to like there's like this much paper left, and it's like the border, like it's like the border of it, it's not even so much the words, like the last of the words are like blackened and burned away. That's when I start, then that's when you make the switch. I am, like I'm releasing lack mentality, I'm releasing lack mentality, I'm releasing lack mentality to I am abundant. The universe is abundant. It supplies my needs from an abundant space. I am wealthy in emotion. I am wealthy in physicality. I am wealthy in spirituality. I am wealthy in friendship. I'm wealthy in love. I'm wealthy in life. I'm wealthy in laughter. Like you start going down the list of what it is that you want. I welcome people into my space who encourage me and challenge me to grow. I welcome people into my space who reciprocate with me on the level that I do them, and we appreciate each other even on days when we're having like even on bad days. Sorry, I thought there was a bug on me, but it's just my fucking whatever. But you know what I mean. Anyway, but yeah, that's when you start to make the switch, and you have to have power in your voice. I am abundant. I am financially stable. I am physically stable. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am whole. I am loved. I am whole. I am abundant. I am whole. Like you start going down the line, and that's where the chanting comes in. That's where it just kind of becomes like, I don't know what I say in certain rituals because it varies between ritual and ritual, like what I'm actually releasing. But you do your release work, and then you do the work of what you're calling in. I like to do it in the same ritual, because it's like, I think about it like burning sage. When you burn sage, you're clearing all of the energy out of the room. So after you burn sage, you have to speak energy into the room in order for energy to exist in the room. Otherwise, whatever the fuck comes in there next is what's going to take over the space. Same way a fucking bacteria in a clean ass petri dish would be. Like anything, the next thing that comes in there is going to take over the space. And if the next thing that comes in there is not my energy, then I'm back at square one. So what do you want? Once you figure that out, once you really figure that out, then you can do the release ritual. Because if you don't get in, once you do the release work and you're feeling the vibe of what it is that you want to release, and you release it, get that out, get that off, get that off, get that off. All right. When you start calling things in, you have to get into that vibration too. Like you can't, when you're doing release work, this cannot be playtime for you. This cannot be fake. This cannot be, I'm just going to play around, what have you. Like, yes, the beginning stages are hesitant because you're not really comfortable using your power initially. But in order for this shit to work for real, like, you actually have to like be in it. Like you really got to get skin in the game. Like you really got to be invested. You got to be involved. Like you do your release work, you call in the new things, call in, like really feel the vibe of what you want. Like how would it feel to have, if you're looking at friendships and you're feeling like, oh, I have friends that don't treat me the way that I treat them. What would it feel like to have friendships that are reciprocal in the way that you want? Sit, really think about it. Feel it. Feel it. You can't just think about it. Oh, that would be nice. That'd be cool. We could do this. No, feel it. Sit yourself down in the same way that you have to sit down and feel it if there was a breakup that was going on, if it was something bad, if you lost your job, you lost your house, what have you. The same way you have to sit and feel about it. Sit and feel what it would feel like to be rich, to be abundant, to be wealthy in laughter. Even something as simple as you've been depressed for months and months on end. Like, feel what it would feel like to laugh. Like genuine happiness. Remember that feeling. Sit with that vibration. And say, this is what I'm bringing in. And then once the ritual is done, you'll know the ritual is done because the paper will be completely burnt out. I say burn it till there's nothing left, until there's just ash left. That's just me. But I've always been like that. Burn it till there's ash left. That's it. Um, Other than that, after the ritual, I let my candle burn for a little while until the smoke clears, both from the paper and from actually smoking. But, let the candle burn for a little bit. And then, once the smoke clears, I usually just go intuitively by it. I'll either like leave the candle burning for a little while longer, depending on what kind of spell I'm doing. If it's a money spell, I'll leave the candle burning until it goes out. But if it's like any other type of release ritual, I don't know. I'll burn the candle till I feel like it, and then I'll put it out. That's simple. Um, yeah. And once you do release work, the very, very, very important thing is don't sit and think about the ritual that you just did and whether or not it's actually gonna fucking work and whether or not you actually release some shit. Don't sit and think about that shit. When you do your release ritual, you forget about it. You leave it the fuck alone and you let it figure itself out because you passed it into the hands of other dimensional beings, i.e. your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors. So, you do not have to worry with your 3D mind about what's going on in the fifth dimension. You don't have to worry about what's going on in the 17th dimension with your fucking angels and spirit guides because they're taking care of dimension 17. You just got to worry about dimension 3. Don't even think about it. Like, you're good. It's as though if you've ever worked a job where you have like customer callbacks or like where you have to do an escalation and you have to give something to your manager, it's literally as though your manager took it and they're going to let you know in like an hour or two or later on when you see them that day what they did with the order, and then it's going to be resolved and you can talk shit about that customer. I'm joking when I say talk shit about the customer. I'm joking, okay. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like, release rituals are pretty simple. Some people say that it's better to do them on the full moon instead of the new moon. I believe it's a new moon tonight. Um, I do my rituals when I get the download to do my rituals. I share my rituals when I get the download to share my rituals. So, you know, I don't I think that intention is very key when it comes to energy work, when it comes to magic, when it comes to rituals. I think intention is very key. Because I don't especially these days, I really don't keep an eye on the moon cycles. Like, I don't. Like, I find out I'll feel a way in my body and I'll think, I think the moon is in Pisces. And then I'll look and I'll see that the moon is in Pisces. And I'm like, I can feel it. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll feel a bit more vibrant and chatty. And I'm like, is the moon in Gemini today? And sure enough, the moon is in Gemini. I literally woke up the other day and I was like, what was it? I woke up was it on Monday, I think? Yeah, I think it was on Monday I woke up and it was just, shit just kept going left. And like my emotions, I just felt like a transformation in my emotional state. And I'm just like, but I also felt like an oversensitive, like crybaby that just wanted to fight. So I'm like, is the moon in Cancer? Sure enough, it was. I think it was either like Monday or Tuesday. I don't even know what fucking day it was, to be honest with you. It's Wednesday, and the only reason I know it's Wednesday is because I got paid. Literally, I don't know days of the week at this point. I'm just literally living my life. Like, I'm not even paying attention. Like, I don't know, man. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, so that's release rituals in a nutshell. This was a pretty, I don't even know how long I've been fucking live for, to be honest with you. To keep it a whole buck, could not tell you how long I've been live for, could not tell you how long I've been talking about this simple ass fucking topic. But release rituals in a fucking nutshell, that's the title of this live. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment a question down below. I don't bite unless you're food. And even then, I don't like all food, so there's that. So I don't bite. Like, you can drop a comment down below. I'll probably give your comment a heart and then say something nice. 'Cause I'm nice sometimes. All right. Well, if you do, I'm gonna post my release ritual. That's gonna be my next post. My next post. Um, if you like this, give it a like or what have you or some shit. I don't fucking know what you do on Instagram anymore. I don't even fucking do Instagram lives, to be honest with you. Like, this is a new stage in my life for me, actually having to use social media for like shit. Anyway, that's all there is. If you have a question, let me know. You can DM me. If you don't get a response for like 2-3 days, honestly, don't be surprised because I'd be busy sometimes. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Give this a try if you would like. If you would like. If you don't, that's fine too. But if you need to do a release ritual and you try it, and especially if it works, definitely comment back. Let me know. Toodaloo. Take care. Stay inspired. Stay blessed. Peace.